So, week 2 of The Artist's Way was triggering as honestly, this was not an enjoyable week. This was not an enjoyable week for me to get through. And in this week, this week addresses self-definition as a major component of creative recovery. You may find yourself drawing new boundaries and staking out new territories as your personal needs, desires, interests announce themselves. The essays and tools are aimed at moving you into your personal identity, a self-defined you. And when it says like staking out new territories as your personal needs, desires, interests announce themselves, whatever, I feel like going through and just like reading all these like different kinds of blockers and things, it kind of just reminded me of ways in my life where like this was all occurring. And yeah, I guess that kind of just triggered me a bit, which I guess ultimately triggers are what like let you know where you are in terms of healing and in terms of, you know, what you still need to work through and what you still need to work on. So one of the things that I liked was listing 20 of my favorite things. And then the next task was to choose 2 of those things and do them. So one of them was I love fresh journals and pens. So in last week's video, I was saying that I needed to get a new journal. This is my current journal, but this is how many pages I have left. So I need to buy a new journal. And this is my new journal. I'm so excited about it. So this is actually how it came, like with dogs. But I ended up seeing these bee stickers and I loved them. They really caught my attention and I think that they're like very cute little reminders. So I put those stickers on this instead. But look at how thick and sturdy this journal is. Like this makes me so happy. You have no idea. Like look, it's nice and blue. Ah, yes. Fresh paper. Like these stuff like this makes me happy. A fresh journal, and I got a fresh new pen as well, but my other pen is still going, so I might not open that pen yet. But anyway, yeah, that was something that I did that I kind of actually like forced myself out of bed to do yesterday. It was just really important to me. Like I was like, I did not want to go outside. It just was not the vibe. But you know, I was like, you know what, I have to do this. Like I said I was gonna do it, you know, that was part of the task. I said I was gonna do it, so I freaking did it, you know. And now I'm really glad because this is actually very exciting. Like this makes me this makes me smile when I look at it. Like it's so cute. Okay, moving on. So let's go to the check-in questions. How many days this week did you do your morning pages? How was the experience? How did the morning pages work for you? Describe them. Remember what surprised you? Answer these questions in your check-in. This would be so it says to write them in your check-in page, but this is my check-in. So as a creative, that's how I'm gonna do this. So I did my morning pages every single day. I had less of a work week this week, or at least a less like reason to get up super early this week. So I was able to always find time to write the morning pages. And what surprised me? or what came out was I found them kind of a struggle to get through towards like the last few days. Like I said, it's just been like a harder of a week. Not just because of like going through this book, but like it did kind of align in that crazy kind of way. But yeah, I just had some stuff coming up for me that I like was talking about last week. So I was kind of just getting through that, and yeah, I definitely feel on like the better end of it. And it was actually a pretty exciting week for me musically. I shared my project for the first time, like in full with someone, and like that just made me so happy. Well, actually, two people, I guess, at this point. But yeah, I shared my project, and it's just so awesome. I'm so excited. Like, this project is so close to my heart, so special, and oh my gosh. Okay. But yeah, this project is so special and so vulnerable. It's like kind of, ugh, it makes my skin crawl a little bit just thinking about like how vulnerable I'm being. And but it's also like very exciting because this project is 100% Renika. Like, it's just me. Like, it doesn't sound like anybody but me. Like, you hear, of course you hear like my influences, but they all come together in a way that is Renika and only Renika. And I had that realization the last couple days, or mostly kind of like today, where I feel like I get so caught up in a state of like when it comes to other artists, and you know how when there's a new artist out and people are like, oh, when they hear you, they're like, oh, you sound like the next let's just say Beyonce, you sound like the next Beyonce or whatever. And it's because in their mind they're trying to find someone to like relate you to, you know, like a place to put you automatically. And I feel like that kind of has affected the way that I approach music, because I'm like, well, who do I want to make sure that I sound like so that people know what I'm going for, or so that people connect in the way that they connect with this artist. But now it's more so, well, this is what I connect with, and this is all of my influences wrapped up in one. And of course, I'm not going to sound exactly like a particular artist that I love. I'm going to sound like me. And I had that kind of like moment today, which is like, duh, girl, you gonna sound like you. Anyway, number 2, which is so funny. I forgot to finish these questions last week, but I did still kind of go through them anyway. Did you do your artist date this week? What did you do? How did you feel? So I didn't feel the greatest this week. So I kind of, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of shorted myself on the artist date. But what I did end up doing is I ended up just painting at home, which is also something that I had set out as a goal for this week, was to make other art, and mostly what I had in mind was painting. So I just made a little painting, which I decided that I'm still just gonna add to it. I have it right here. I just was doing whatever. Like, I was just not thinking too much. I thought about doing like a portrait because I love doing portraits. In case you didn't know, I was a portrait painter in a past life. Well, actually this life, but I used to paint portraits. And yeah, painting people is probably my favorite thing to paint. Doing abstract paint is like cool and stuff, but I almost feel like it's not enough of a challenge. And I feel like painting people is a challenge that excites me a little bit more, and like motivates me a little bit more, and like focuses me in a little bit more. And I like to be in the zone. So yeah, that was my artist date. I feel like I could have came a little bit harder. I could have did a little bit more. I'll take accountability for that, but I'm also just gonna be gentle with myself because, you know, this wasn't the best week. Okay. Number 3, were there any other issues this week that you consider significant for your recovery? Describe them. I have some exciting things that I am working on right now, visual ideas for the project, and I'm also really honing in on exactly the sounds that I want in the tracks, and like being able to craft that myself has just been the most like mind-blowing experience. And I'm just so glad that I finally allowed myself to push myself in that way to creating a song like all on my own. And that has been like such a freedom that, you know, I've been needing. So I'm very, very excited about that. I'm excited to, like I said, put these songs into some visual ideas, which I am working with someone on right now. And I even want to do more for the project. So yeah, I think overall, I'm enjoying this. Like I am. It is a lot of fun to kind of go back to a mindset of, you know, like having homework and, you know, focusing on specific things and working on specific things and putting a bit of structure to the flow. Like, I feel like being an artist, like, one of the main things is, you know, that we kind of like go with the flow and like the flow of our own creative energy and yada 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 yada. But I feel like we do need a bit of structure in a way, especially if you are at a point where you're coming back to your creativity just as I am. And yeah, thank you for joining me on this journey. I'm so excited. But for real, like, are you kidding? I'm in love. Okay, anyway, I'm trying to like figure out if I should get McDonald's or not. It really sucks that McDonald's is like right behind my house. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. The fuck? I am probably gonna go with the flow for today. This was my main thing that I really wanted to get done, was this video. I realized I should have did it yesterday, or I probably would have preferred to do it yesterday so that I could like let go of week 2 and start week 3 today, because it's Sunday and that's like the beginning of the week, but we move. Anyway, yeah. Bye, 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 bye.